Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praise, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Machakwadash. Peace and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, the men that taught us this truth, and shalom to the elect out there, all right? Those of you that subscribe to this truth of the household of faith, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Machakwadash, Brakathum, all right? So as you know, we're in the time of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. All right, currently at sundown, this would be the third day going into tomorrow of the third day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. So this is a time of self-examination, which those of you out there of the household of faith, you need not that I even mention that, because you already know what time it is. But just throwing it out there because it needs to be said. But here we are. All right, winter's over. Once winter's over, spring flies by, because everybody's up and about, moving around, spring cleaning, things of that nature. Hey, the Lord be doing spring cleaning. The Lord be doing spring cleaning when it comes to his house, all right, which is dealing with his men in the different camps. All right, so, there's a lot of things going on. We got to examine ourselves and remove the spiritual leaven. But going into the point, spring goes by quickly. And this year, we're already almost a quarter of a way through this year. And we know that spring and summer flies by. So what's in store for the next few weeks to months? All right. Just as the Passover came, Russia had a major escalation and went all out on Ukraine. They're not playing. Okay. And also, again, I mentioned this in other lessons through the Spirit, that when you deal with war, spring is the time of war. Spring and summer, because it's easier to move things around when it's not the grip of the cold of winter, especially when you deal with a place like Russia. So we know these things are going to keep accelerating. Dealing with here in Babylon, the Great America, all right, we know that this is considered widely by many, and we could definitely tell you straight up that it is the most influential election potentially in the history of America, Babylon the Great. And we can say that because we have the spirit of prophecy to know what's at stake. And ultimately, either way it goes, the Lord is in control, whether Trump gets in there, whether Biden stays in there. But what it's going to lead to is the tension leading up to it. The tension leading up to it is what we're focused on, especially for this lesson. And also the migrant situation. You have people coming into this country, undocumented so-called, right? And that's leading to a lot of violence, overcrowding, especially when you deal with people that are desperate and don't have food and don't have water, and they were told to come, and the opportunities that they think is here is not going to be here because this place is collapsing. What do you think that is? A recipe for disaster, man. Okay, so you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are about to find out. This devil is about to reveal his true nature. Another thing that came out is a lot on my spirit, so I'm a little all over the place. We're gonna get right into the scriptures in a second here, God's will. But the thing with Diddy, all right, he's now the face of S trafficking. He's the face of SA. He's the face of pretty much just odious works, which everybody forgot about Epstein now. So we know what's up, but he is a wicked, grimy demon, and he got what's coming to him. And a brother had posted in the chat that this dude apparently left the country. All right, he hopped in his private jet like a James Bond villain and dipped out the country, man. So, call hello Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. He's making a fool out of these guys. And hey, man, I'm gonna grab this right here because another thing I noticed was the videos of different Passover camps and different Passover ceremonies that the camps held. And, you know, the Lord is not dealing with the majority, the masses, man. And it's becoming clearer and clearer as the days go on how sacred and precious this truth is, and the congregations that he gave it to, starting with the apostles of Great Millstone. All right. And the brothers out there that follow the likewise doctrine and remain in order in the spirit. All right. So I'm going to get this Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Right. Because Jake is over here going off for the Passover, you know, turning it into a concert, turning it into everything that it's not supposed to be, which is a solemn assembly. All right. A solemn time to observe the Lord's Passover, to observe Yahweh Shai, our Passover lamb, Yahweh Shai. What was he going through in this time? Was he partying it up? Was he turning up? See, you got to have discernment through the spirit and this truth. And hey, I thank Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai that we have the right leaders to set us in the right mindset. You see, we're going to be, hey, we should be grateful now, but especially in these last days, seeing what's about to happen to those outside of this circle of the true 100% truth. All right. See these other camps dancing it up at the Passover. All right. Turning up at the Passover. We're going to be grateful for the discipline that was instilled in us and the rebukes that came down upon us coming up in this faith, man. Lord's will we remain in this faith, because we see how without order, without things set up, Jake will just go all out. There's no order, man. When it comes to these other camps, man. In case Sakara, you got to do with a big strap, you know, a big strap right next to them on the podium, and they sitting there like some kings, and the dude still got his fitted on. You would think you would give the damn fitted a break for the Passover at least, but no, he had to have the fitted on during the Passover too, man. You that insecure about your hairline, my guy? Hey, my hairline is fucked up too, brother. But that don't mean I'm gonna wear a fitted every damn wear. But again, I'm gonna get back to the precept. Amos 5:21. I despise your feast days, and I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Yeah, the Lord is not dealing with it because he's fed up with Jake. Though ye offer me burnt offerings and your meat offerings, I will not accept them. Neither will I regard the peace offerings of your fat beasts. There's another scripture that mentions giving an improper offering, man. I believe it's in Malachi. Giving an improper offering, man. And this is one of the many reasons why it's going to be a summer of judgment. Okay? Jake don't learn. Jake, only thing our people respect, man, is violence. All right? And don't try to twist and say, we're not going to lift a finger. We don't promote violence. We don't advocate for violence. We advocate, hey, we're the most peaceful ones you're going to find. Okay? But what we do advocate for is for the judgment of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. That's what we believe in and stand for, man. All right, Malachi 1:14. It says, but cursed be the deceiver which hath in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrifice unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith Yahweh of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. Right. And why is his name dreadful among the heathen? Because he's a power of judgment. Not just a power in name or in word, but he's a power like this. There's power behind the words that we're saying. This is not just fair speeches and, you know, eloquence, and is power behind the words that we say, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because the Lord's word is power in it, man. And all we do is speak according to his word. But Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, his name is dreadful among the heathen, man. All right. And if you vow and you sacrifice unto him a corrupt thing, if your sacrifice is not proper, the Lord is going to bring something to you, man. All right. You're going to get whacked. The Lord is going to whack you, man. Like I heard the elder say during the Pesach, man. about how serious it is. The Lord will whack you, man. And that, hey, man, that's why we got to fear. Because we're not above the judgments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. We just know and understand them. And we do our best to operate in the spirit of fear. But back in Amos 5:23, take thou away from me the noise of thy songs, for I would not hear the melody of thy viols. Right. The Lord ain't dealing with y'all turning up, y'all doing all this, rapping about being an Israelite. The Lord ain't with that, man. Not saying you can't do it behind closed doors, but the Passover is a solemn time. It's not the time for it. And it goes to show you that Yahweh Shai is not there with these other camps, because if Yahweh Shai was there, there would be a solemn spirit, a serious spirit, an austere spirit. And you don't get that when you deal with the ISUPKs, the IUICs, it's a big party. It's a big money-making scheme, man. You see, and that's one of the, again, this is one of the many reasons why judgment is going to run down. So let's get this scripture right here. It says, Amos 5:24, but let judgment run down as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream. Right, let that judgment run down. It's coming. All right. The waters of judgment is going to roll upon these cats, man. All right. Upon the wicked inhabitants of America, Babylon the Great, upon these false camps that are not in order. Okay, let's get to Jeremiah 4:19. All right, this is what Jeremiah said, because going back to the time where the Babylonians were bearing down, all right, on Jerusalem. Okay, you had the prophet Jeremiah, and applying it to now, because we're in the spirit of our forefather Jeremiah, which he was a Levite from the town of Anathoth, which that town means, I believe it's Ainathawa, which means prayers answered, or answered prayer. And that was in the land of Benjamin, but he was a Levite, right? But let's get into it. Jeremiah 4:19. My bowels, I am pained at my very heart. My heart maketh a noise in me. I cannot hold my peace, because thou hast heard, O my soul, the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war. And that's what we've heard. What is the sound of the trumpet, the alarm of war now? The prophets are blowing the trumpet. The prophets are the ones that are letting it be known. The prophets are the ones that are bringing attention. Danger's coming, wake up, everybody, take heed. So all we could do is get the blood off of our hands. Now, those that don't take heed, when you get caught up in their judgment, then you know, and the Lord is going to make them know. The Lord is going to remind them, my servants was out there telling you, and look how you cast it away. Look at how you thought brothers was hating on you to tell you not to have a party Passover, man. You thought brothers was hating. Y'all just hating, man, because look, I'm dancing on stage and I got all the women and y'all just hating. See? But Jake don't realize, and that's a very feminine mindset to be in, man. To be unreprovable, to be unrebukable. You know? That's how women operate, man. Can't tell them nothing. And women would never admit that she's wrong. So if you like that, that means that you're in a feminine mindset. All right, but Jeremiah was pained and his bowels was turning because he heard the sound of war, man. And hey, we see it. And ultimately, we have the hope of Yahushua. All right. All right, but hey, at the same time, you know, we're seeing that judgment is about to come to our people. And this is how Jeremiah, he cared about Jake, you know, in the beginning a lot more. But then as time went on, he saw the wickedness of Jake, and he just wanted to see them be judged at that point. All right, but let's read on Jeremiah 4:20. Destruction upon destruction is cried, for the whole land is spoiled. Suddenly are my tents spoiled, and my curtains in a moment. How long shall I see the standard and hear the sound of the trumpet? And this is what we're seeing. We're seeing that it's about to be a time of war, about to be a time of Jacob's trouble. So this is why the Spirit is on us to warn. All right. For my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are sottish children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good they have no knowledge. You see? That's Jake, man. Wise to do evil, wise to get up on stage and act a fool, wise to have a bunch of guns at the Passover, man, knowing that we're not supposed to be doing that. But you can see the pride and the, when you look at Alazar's face, man, the dude has a lot of pride on him, man. The deacon up there, they on sitting on some thrones, man. Like them dudes, like they are the high priest themselves. But he say that, But reading on, a matter of fact, I was in on that. Let me grab a precept. Yep, that's a great one. The brother GMS Virgin Island Straight Gate put Hebrews 12:6, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. If ye endure chastening, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua dealeth with you as with sons, for what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? Right, and like I was saying, like the Spirit was on me to say earlier, we're going to appreciate more and more as these days go on, the discipline, the order. As this world gets more chaotic, we're going to be able to appreciate more and more. And again, we should appreciate it now, but as time goes on, we're going to appreciate more and more the order of having the right leadership, man. Having the proper leadership is everything in this truth, man. The Wada Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua for the apostles, the elders, the brothers out there, those that are being shepherds to the flock. You see? That guided us brothers, man. And a lot of times it came down harsh, it came down rough, it came down how it came down on us. But at the end of the day, it's something to be very grateful for, man. Because when you see these other cats wilding out, knowing the time that we're in, you're like, wow, man, I'm glad the Lord put me in this position with these particular men under the tutelage of the apostles and the right aid, man. The Wada Yahweh Shem Yahshua. So all we could do is praise and thank the Lord for that, because the way that these guys is moving is going to lead to a severe judgment. All right. Okay, you're going to have people, and remember, inflation is going up, ain't enough housing, food prices out the roof, people can't afford shit, people are losing their home, losing this, losing that. All right, the government is showing over and over again that it don't give a fuck about the people. So what are people going to do? They're going to wild out. And hey, man, a lot of these women are going to get judged. We know there was just a stabbing of two twin sisters. One of them died, and they was out there at some bodega, and I believe it was in Park Slope. Park Slope is not a bad part of Brooklyn. All right, now some of the parts might be on the border of a bad area. I don't know exactly where it happened, but Park Slope is not a bad part of Brooklyn, man. So, but these women, again, they move without care, without order, man. They out there like it was almost morning. It was the middle of the, deep into the night. You're over there running around, thinking shit is sweet. And the Lord sent judgment on them, for whatever purpose the Lord had to bring judgment upon them. Hey, man, that's what the Lord did. He's the one that kills and makes alive. Man. Matter of fact, let's grab that. I got Jeremiah 18 as well. All right, but let's grab that. And I also wanted to get Jeremiah, the 5th chapter. But you know what? Let's go grab Deuteronomy 32 real quick. Deuteronomy 32 and verse 39, it says, see now that I, even I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. Right. So when the Lord line you up, ain't no getting out of it, man. That's the scary thing about Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Once the Lord got that mark, that target on you, there's no getting that target off your back, man. The Lord set you up for judgment. Hey, man, that's why we got it. Again, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And the more we get deeper into these last days, okay, it's like a movie, man, that you can't take your eyes off of. Like this time is just going to grip the world, man. you know. And here it is, the Lord has us through the Spirit pretty much narrating what's going on, you know, declaring what's going to happen, breaking down the events, breaking down what this is going to play into this and that's going to play into that, and the CBDC and the MOTB and the this and the that and the persecution and the this. The Lord gave us the whole breakdown, man. All right, through the Ruach HaKodesh. Okay, so now back in Jeremiah, I want to grab this too, right? Pertaining to the masses of people and also pertaining to the Lord's elect. All right, you know what? I don't know if I read the last precept. Let me read that last one the brother posted. GMS Virgin Island Straight Gate. Hebrews 12:8. But if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons, right? So, you know, those that are chastised, that's the one that the Lord loves. So for us to be chastised in this truth, it means that we're not bastards, man. We are the hopeful sons of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, man, the sons of God. All right, Jeremiah 5:1. Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem. See now and know and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, because Jake is going off so much back then and applying it to now. You go through these cities where Jake is at, but you can liken that unto modern day Jerusalem, wherever the Lord's people is at. Like one place, an example that brothers do often refer to as Jerusalem is Harlem. And you know, through the Spirit, the Lord has me ride through 125th to get to camp with the brothers on Saturday. And every week I go through there, it's nothing but wickedness going on, man. Bunch of Jakes that look dusted out, look like they off dust, look like they off crack, look like they all messed up, you know. And you can see that there's no judgment going forth, man. Okay, you know, Jake running around with our women are just completely out of hand, completely out of control. You know, Jake walking up the street limping and messed up. You know, so this is why the Lord has to really just start fresh, man. You know, and now the elect out there, the Lord is going to preserve them. But overall, our people are through, and the majority of them are going to be destroyed, man. But this is Jeremiah 5:1. Again, it says, if you can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it, right? And though they say the Lord liveth, surely they swear falsely, right? And this is what Jake is known for. God is good. God is great. See, they love to give the Lord lip service, but they don't actually fear the Lord, man, because the way that they move reveals that. And there's going to be no excuse, man. It's going to be no excuse, because a place like Harlem, for example, sometimes, you know, when the weather's nice, I see IUIC out there, and you know, they pride themselves on going to the hood and teaching and doing things like that. Jake, ain't nobody listening to him, man. You see, ain't nobody listening. They just walk right past, man. It's like they're embarrassed to be associated with you because you're an Israelite. We know them guys are going off. They're not teaching in the proper doctrine. They don't teach the name. They don't teach the prophecies the right way. But even the camps, and there's another camp, I don't know which camp it is exactly, but there's a bunch of camps that preach over there on 125th in Harlem, and nobody, you know, when I drive by after camp, I don't see nobody like stopping and checking it out. A big crowd around them. Oh wow, what's this about? Oh, the truth. You don't see that. All right. Why? Because just like Jeremiah said, you know, just like it was upon Jeremiah. All right. All right, I'll read it again. Jeremiah 5:1. Run ye to and fro through the streets of Jerusalem, and see now and know, and seek in the broad places thereof, if ye can find a man, if there be any that executeth judgment, that seeketh the truth, and I will pardon it. And the only ones that's doing that is the Lord's hopeful elect men. And though they say Yahweh Shem Yahweh liveth, surely they swear falsely. Right. So who's the only ones that's really seeking out the truth is the Lord's elect. All right. Which Lord's will we be those men. All right. Somebody has to be it. Lord's will is us. You see? But hey, man, that time of judgment is coming because Jake don't know nothing. Jake don't respect it unless a body drops, unless it's an RIP shirt, man. Jake don't respect it, man. You got to have a mural on the wall, and then Jake, oh, sad story, man. Yeah, wow, I can't believe that happened. But nobody gives a shit about the actions that leads to the consequences of these judgments. You see, and that's what the Lord has set us up to do, man. All right, so you know what? I'm gonna grab a couple more. But let's get this. Yeah, let me grab something out the Apocrypha, matter of fact. Second Esdras. All right. Second Esdras 8 and 50. Hey, prepare to see some shit soon, brothers. You know, I'm exhorting myself. Second Esdras 8 and 50. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And the pride just oozes off of these people, because the man running the show is a prideful bastard. You see? The man running it is prideful. So the people, you know, such as are the king, so are his subjects, roughly paraphrasing. All right. And there's going to be those many great miseries, man. Okay. But understand thou for thyself and seek out the glory for such as be like thee. And that's our real ultimate goal, is to look for those like-minded men. All right. Those that may be worthy. All right. Okay. Because you're going to have many. All right. I'm gonna have many out there that are just plain fools, man. All right. And that's why these judgments are gonna be accelerated. These judgments are gonna get worse. You're gonna hear about some shit, and hasn't even got warm out yet. It's getting there. Okay. Let me go ahead and grab the brother Hebrews 4 and 12, put some precepts. I'm about to get on the road, so I'll just read them in transit. But the brother put Proverbs 1 and 20. Wisdom crieth without, she uttereth her voice in the streets. And how is that? By the way of the preaching, the street preaching. And that's why it's so important that even if nobody listens, even if nobody stops by, we still have to do what we have to do and be instant in season and out of season, because we're giving forth a sacrifice. Even if nobody listens, man. Even if it's not a soul out there listening, man, we're doing it because we fear the Lord, man, ultimately, because the Lord instilled in us his fear. Okay. And yes, that comes with, you know, teaching our people and looking for the elect, but it really goes back to the fear. You know, the fear is what drives us, knowing what's about to pop off, man. She crieth in the chief place of concourse, in the openings of the gates, in the city she uttereth her words, saying, right. And that's why we're in the major cities. All right. In the major cities, doing what? Prophesying, man. It's not a hidden counsel. It ain't behind closed doors. It's out in the open. Proverbs 1 and 22. How long, ye simple ones, will ye love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. Right. And that's our people, man. Simple, sottish, foolish, stupid, willfully ignorant. You know, the black woman spirit on Jake. You see? The but they like to scorn, they like to scoff, they like to talk shit, they hate knowledge. All right. The brother put Isaiah 1 and 3. The ox knoweth his owner, and the ass his master's crib. But Israel doth not know, my people doth not consider. Right. So Jake is just is like a Jake is as an animal that doesn't know his master, doesn't know who's feeding him, who's protecting him, who's taking care of him. You see, you know, you have that saying, bite the hand that feeds you. Well, that's what Jake does. All right. Sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken Yahweh. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel into anger. They are going away backward. And this is what we're witnessing. This is why it's about to be this time of the summer of judgment. Stabbings going to be regular, man. Shootings, regular. You know? Oh, you heard about this news story? Oh, man, another tragedy, another tragedy, another tragedy. You see? And let's not forget, we got the solar eclipse. There's so many things just in the next couple weeks to month that could alter everything in an instant. And the Lord bring a new, you know, take this thing up to the next level, which is what we're praying for. Okay? But it's Isaiah 1 and 5. Why should ye be stricken anymore? Ye will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. Right, that's Israel, man. Sottish, wicked, and evil, because they're under the vibration of the so-called white man. They're under the vibration of sleazy E. They're under the vibration of death. Okay, their whole heart is faint, man. That means they have a spiritual sickness, man. You can't, and ultimately, the Lord is going to use that nuclear soap to clean it up off of them, man. And then they're going to have to come back and be reborn again. They're going to have to be reborn in the kingdom through the loins of an elect man. All right. Yeah, so about to get up on this highway. Yeah, the Spirit actually brought that out before. Let me see. Yeah, so, you know, through the Spirit, points been made. Trying to think if there was anything else to speak on. Well, yeah, in the World War III news, again, going into Russia, they had a major escalation and the missiles came close to Poland. They were actually, Russian missiles entered Polish airspace, man. That's a direct provocation to NATO. You see? Imagine if you're just chilling and you see some Russian missiles fly through the sky. Now, it was going to Ukraine, but, I mean, they're letting you know they're not respecting their border. You see? And Poland has always been, you know, especially from the time of World War II, has always been an ally to America, Babylon the Great. All right. And even they're going to turn because they're a part of the beast. Right? They're part of the EU. Okay, the NATO countries, we know they're going to turn. All right, yeah, that shit was cool in World War II and all, but nah, we don't, you know, you're bugging now. And they're going to bring it. They're going to bring the judgment, man. But that's another sign. And we know there's going to be a lot of escalations. Let's not forget the Israel-Gaza thing. There's so many things going on. You know, hey, man, we have no shortage of topics to speak on. We shouldn't have a shortage of topics to speak on. There's just so much popping off, man, left and right. And that's going to lead to, you know, they said this spring, which we already in the spring, any day now, Israel is going to declare war on Lebanon. Hezbollah, which is connected to Iran. See? And these devils are so insidious that they're going to seek to tie us in with you know, with extremism and Islam on the basis of us just prophesying about it. Just on the basis of us mentioning it, they're going to twist it and they're going to try to clip videos and try to make it out to be that we're on that. No, we're not on their side either. We're not on their side. We're not on the west side. We're on the side of the creator of heaven and earth. And his name is Yahweh and his son's name is Yahweh Shai. So we're not pro-Iran, all right? We're not pro-Persia, but we declare what the prophecy says about what the Persians will be doing. You see, and this goes to show, man, we have to be the Israelites, because who else is doing this? Who else has a spirit on them to declare these things? And we're at the end. It ain't no time for nobody else to pop up and start declaring this. The Lord got the men that he got set up declaring it right where they need to be. He got the chess pieces on the board right where they need to be. So ain't no Amalekite's going to start pop up and prophesying. Ain't this supposed to be your book? But you're not even declaring what's the prophecies in it. And this is why, again, the whole TikTok thing, which hey, I gotta get an update on that to find out where that's at. Last time I checked, you can still access it. But that's all aimed at what? At taking us off the internet, man. Taking us down. Because this truth is hurting them, man. The prophecies are hurting them. You can't deny it. You see? You can't deny it, man. And they're getting ready to demonize, well, they already been demonized in the Bible, but they're getting ready to ban it completely. So you Christians that thought that, oh, well, we're too, our thoughts are too out there, or we're too, we're taking the scriptures too serious, that's how a lot of Christians think. Like we're reading it for what it is, so that's too much, right? But they're gonna find out, man, that you're gonna get demonized just like us. You thought you were playing it safe being over there in the church, right? You thought you was gonna wiggle your way out of this shit. No, you're gonna get demonized just like us, man. Even these other Israelite camps that they took a politically correct stance on things and the doctrine, and they wanted to be able to fit in the world but be an Israelite, and you're gonna get lumped in too. You see? But hey, who can pity a snake charmer, man? That's like going into Nate, sitting down with that devil and having a whole, that was like a damn interrogation. Like, what the fuck's going on at the IUIC, man? But anyways, you think you sitting down with this guy and being all eloquent? Yes, the Grand Millstone. Yes, and they teach this and they teach that, and they listen. They're gonna still come for your ass too. And in fact, because the Lord controls it, you're gonna be the first one to get got. You made a covenant with death. You think you're gonna escape? Chill, man. It goes to show, man, that they don't have any faith. Their belief is not there. Because if you believe, you would teach the truth 100% the way it needed to be taught, the way the Lord intended for it to be taught, which he knows because he was teaching the name, and just leave it in the Lord's hands. Yes, we know they're going to come for us. Yes, we know that persecution is coming. It's all coming. All right. May Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai deliver us from our enemies, man. That's the mindset we have. But switch up the doctrine and try to be a politically acceptable Israelite. Hey, man, the Lord is going to judge you. You're not going to escape thinking that you're going to slide out, like you're going to slide up on that private jet like Diddy did. Yeah, man. And he left his sons. His sons got arrested. He said, yeah, fuck them. Y'all figure that out. I'm out. Hey, man, the love of many shall wax cold. But hey, with that, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. I don't want to be rambling. Lord's word is edifying. praise, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Dash. Hey, Shalom. To the next video. Shalom.